Did you know that stress has a negative impact on your vaginal health? If you are somebody that struggles with chronic vaginal infections, it could be triggered by stress, and I'm going to tell you how it works and what you can do about managing it. Stress really is a silent killer, and I know because the majority of the vaginal health issues that I've personally experienced, whether it be chronic yeast infections to bacterial vaginosis to HPV to herpes outbreaks, it's all connected to stress. My name is Adrienne Rommel. I'm a holistic nutritionist and women's empowerment coach, and I specialize in holistic nutrition and wellness for women's sexual health, especially around the chronic vaginal infections. And I'm here to talk all about how stress is a trigger for these chronic vaginal infections, how stress can affect both our vaginal health and our gut health, and what the connection is between the two. Have you ever noticed when you're stressed, your digestion changes? Like maybe you have to go to the bathroom more than normal, or maybe you can't go to the bathroom at all and you're all clenched up and constipated. When we're stressed out, it affects so many of our bodily functions that you may not have been aware of, or you may have been aware of, like our digestion, like our nervous system, like our immune system, and our hormones. And all of these things are connected to the health of our gut. And when we are stressed, especially when you experience chronic long-term stress, it can negatively affect all of these things, impacting us on a daily basis. During periods of chronic stress and or trauma, it really can cause an imbalance to the gut microbiome. So the good bacteria tend to decrease and the bad bacteria in the gut tend to increase. And this can cause all kinds of chaos in the gut. These changes in the gut microbiome can lead to all kinds of other gut health issues like leaky gut, SIBO, which is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, which happens in the gut, IBS, which is inflammatory bowel syndrome, candida overgrowth, which I have talked about in other videos, and can lead to chronic vaginal infections like yeast infections, bacterial vaginosis, herpes outbreaks, UTIs, and HPV, including abnormal cervical cells, being like when you get your pap smear, you keep getting these abnormal pap smear results, and or genital warts. I want to talk about how stress can impact us in other ways, because when we are experiencing chronic stress, they affect our adrenal glands. If you've ever heard of the word adrenaline, it's a hormone that's produced by these adrenal glands. And this is really, really important to understand and be aware of, because when we are in a state of adrenal fatigue or a burnout, this can have so many negative impacts on our body, which impacts all of these things, like I mentioned earlier, our digestion, our nervous system, our immune system, our gut health, which can cause and contribute to these chronic vaginal infections as well, and any kind of gut health related issue that you may be experiencing. So these adrenal glands are two little glands that sit above your kidneys and are responsible for all kinds of essential bodily functions like metabolism, blood pressure and blood flow, and controlling blood sugar and burning fats and proteins, using it as energy. The two most important adrenal hormones are cortisol, which is also known as the stress hormone, and aldosterone. I think I'm saying that right. But when our cortisol levels are impacted in the body, this can cause chaos. It's either too much cortisol or too little cortisol, and the body can go into like a fight or flight response. And that's when we get into a phase or a period called adrenal fatigue, which is also known as a burnout. And unfortunately, this isn't scientifically proven yet, but it is something that I have personal experience with, so it's very near and dear to my heart. And I know a lot of women as well. I've worked with so many women who have also experienced a burnout or adrenal fatigue. This is why we want to make sure that we are managing our stress to the best that we can, because when we are in a state of chronic, long-term, prolonged stress, it can really have negative effects on the body, which can affect so many of our other systems that we rely on to be healthy. And if you think that this could be you, if you may be suffering from adrenal fatigue, I want to give you some signs and symptoms to look out for. 6 common adrenal fatigue symptoms are exhaustion, memory loss, weight gain or weight loss, a weakened immune system. So if you're getting sick all the time and you just can't get rid of it, gut health issues or gut inflammation, and chronic vaginal health issues or infections. If you start to feel any of the symptoms that I've mentioned above, that is a really great sign for you to be like, maybe I need to slow down a little bit. And I've got 5 tips on natural ways that you can help to support your little adrenal glands and manage your stress so that you can get through it without going into a burnout. Because when you're in a state of burnout, it takes a really long time to recover from. Number 1 is nutrition. You want to make sure that you are eating and nourishing your body with whole, clean, as fresh as possible, good quality, consciously sourced foods. I know I say this all the time in all of my videos, but I really mean it. You want to make sure that you are nourishing your body, especially during times of stress. You want to make sure that you're eating consistently 3 meals a day with snacks in between to balance your blood sugar levels. You don't want to be skipping meals. Intermittent fasting is like probably the worst thing that you can do if you are really, really stressed out, because you don't want to put any more stress on your body. And intermittent fasting or, these extreme diets do place more stress on your body. So you want to make sure that you're eating as whole and clean as possible. So including the rainbow of fresh fruits and vegetables, good quality sources of protein, whether you're a meat eater or a plant-based eater. You want to be getting in good fats. You want to be getting in whole grains. Warming, nourishing foods are really great for your body. It's especially important right before you get your period. So in that luteal phase of your cycle, you want to make sure that you're nourishing. When you want to eat all the things during that phase of your cycle, you want to make sure that you are nourishing your body as best as you can, especially in that phase of your cycle, but always as well. So eating whole, warming, nourishing foods and avoiding any of the processed crap, any junk foods, any processed foods or fried foods. You want to try to avoid or eliminate or enjoy in moderation excess caffeine and alcohol. You want to still enjoy your life, so enjoy your favorite things in moderation, but be mindful of the way that you're eating. If you are stressed and you are on the verge of a burnout, your body needs as much nourishment as you can. So getting in whole grains, warming grains like quinoa, sweet potato, things like that are really, really good for you. Again, good quality sources of protein, eating all the fresh fruits and vegetables. Your body needs those nutrients and vitamins and minerals to help keep it strong and help to prevent a burnout, getting to a burnout stage. And last but not least, make sure you're drinking a ton of water. And if you're getting sick of just plain old water, you can always put a squeeze of lemon in it or lime in it to give it some more flavor. You can put in some herbs like peppermint or rosemary into your water, cucumber. You can put all kinds of things into your water. Drinking herbal teas is also really nice, especially for calming down your stress. Teas like chamomile tea and lemon balm tea and licorice root tea are all really good to drink, especially right before you go to bed to help you relax at bedtime. Number 2, if you haven't heard of adaptogenic herbs yet, I'm really glad that you're here so that I can tell you about it first. So adaptogenic herbs are herbs that help support our adrenal glands and help support our nervous system and help regulate our cortisol levels. And adaptogenic herbs include ashwagandha, rhodiola, holy basil, and something called astragalus. Those are all adaptogenic herbs that you can include in your daily supplement protocol. You can get these adaptogenic herbs either in a supplement as like a combination specifically for adrenal support. There's lots of them out there, but you can also drink them as an herbal tea, or you can take them as a tincture. Another really great supplement that you can take to help your body and your nervous system relax, which is especially good before bed. This isn't an adaptogen, but it's also really important, is magnesium. And I know Bioptimizers has an amazing magnesium supplement that I like to take every night before bed. I take 2 right before I go to bed, and it helps me to relax my nervous system so that I can fall asleep easier. That flows nicely into point number 3, which is making sure you're getting a good sleep. Sleep is so key to managing your stress, bringing your body's functions and hormones and everything back into balance when you're sleeping is so key. So you want to make sure you're getting at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. Usually if you are in a phase or a period of a burnout or adrenal fatigue, it's hard to stay asleep or it's hard to fall asleep. So you want to make sure that you're at least getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep. And if you're not, try to get some naps in between, in the day, in the afternoon, whenever you're tired. Just close your eyes for 5, 10, 20 minutes and take a nap. But you also want to adapt or adopt into your lifestyle a really nice bedtime routine. So making sure that you're turning off your cell phone a little bit of time before you go to bed, making sure you've got your blue light glasses so that you're protecting your eyes from the lights of your phone or your screens of your TV. You want to drink chamomile tea or lemon balm tea or peppermint tea, as I had mentioned before. You can get some essential oils in a diffuser with some lavender and some chamomile oil, and there's all kinds of nice oils that you can get that will help you to create a beautiful, relaxing bedtime routine experience and really just make yourself comfortable. Listen to guided meditations if you need to help you fall asleep and stay asleep. Tip number 4, which I think rolls into this nicely, is self-care and self-love. If you're not doing it, why not? It has been an essential part of my personal healing journey when I've been healing from my adrenal fatigue. It took me years, to be honest with you, to kind of get my body back to normal again. But it was thanks to my self-care and self-love routine that I dedicated, I consistently incorporated into my lifestyle at least once a week. And this was kind of weird for me to get used to because I was never taught this growing up, to have this self-care and self-love routine. So I started doing it on Sundays, and it used to be my self-care, well, it still is, my self-care Sundays, where I dedicate Sundays to taking really good care of myself. I nourish my body with the foods that it wants. If it wants healthy and nourishing whole foods, I give it to it. If it wants something that's a treat, I give it to it too. And I take detox baths with Epsom salts and my favorite essential oils. Maybe I'll cook myself something nice and I'll just allow myself to relax, because I feel like when we are in this state of burnout and stress and adrenal fatigue, we have a hard time chilling out and allowing ourselves to relax. But this is really, really, really key, is allowing yourself to relax. Get out of your mind and into your body and doing things that allow you to relax. Which brings me to my number 5 tip, wellness practices. Get outside in nature. Go for beautiful nature walks. Connect with nature, or get by some water. It has been scientifically proven that being close to water can help to relax your nervous system. Practice yoga, meditate, exercise, get your blood flowing. Exercise gets those happy hormones flowing. Get out of your mind and into your body, and that will really, really help your body to kind of just chill out. If you need to go for a blast to get some of that energy out, go for a run or do some heavy lifting of weights or do some high intensity exercises. But sometimes that can stress out the body even more. So sometimes if you really are in a period of burnout or adrenal fatigue, you need to do the low impact exercises. That is really, really important. You got to listen to your body. Your body will tell you what it needs. You just have to listen to it. If you need something that's high intensity to burn some steam, or if you need something that's low impact that will help you to just kind of chill, but also do something that gets you into your body and out of your mind. But you gotta listen to your body because it'll tell you very clear what it needs. The quality of your life is determined by the quality of your health. And if you are somebody that is experiencing chronic stress, I encourage you to follow these steps before you get into a state of burnout or adrenal fatigue. And if you already are in that state of burnout or adrenal fatigue, definitely follow those 5 tips that I recommended, which are making sure your nutrition is on point and that you're nourishing your body, you're eating 3 meals a day to balance your blood sugar, and you are cutting out the crap. Number 2 is the adaptogenic herbs and the supplements that you can buy at any health food store or online, but you can also get the magnesium from Bioptimizers, which I also really like. Number 3 is a good sleep, making sure that you are getting enough sleep and rest, especially if you are on the verge of a burnout, but even more especially if you already are in that burnout phase. Number 4 is all the self-care and the self-love. If you can only do 1 day a week, if you can only do 1 hour a week, whatever it is, dedicate yourself some time for yourself to really just nourish your soul and take good care of yourself. And my number 5 tip is make sure that you're getting those wellness practices in and listen to your body to what it needs. If it needs something that's a little bit more high impact, or if it needs something that's a little bit more chill. If you are in a burnout state or on the verge of a burnout, you usually need something that's more chill. But if you need to burn off some steam, go out there and get it. Our goal is for you to become the superhuman version of yourself, the Bioptimized woman. If you like this video and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe button below and the little bell notification so that you get notified when I create more videos like this. And also I want to hear from you if there are any topics that you would like me to discuss. If you have any questions about any of the things that I've talked about in this video, if you have any comments or feedback, I'd love to hear from you in the comment section down below. Thanks so much for watching. Until the next time.